Hi, Mum. Mum?
All good things must come to an end, even Bluey.
No! No!
But how will it happen? And what will become of all the members of the Healer family?
Come on, Bingo's out the back.
Oh, the house is looking good.
Thanks. Can you believe Dad almost sold it?
We've uncovered all the details about the final moments of the world's most beloved cartoon today, and we're about to spill all that tea. Bluey and Bingo. Right from the start of Bluey, we can see that the circle of life is one of the show's major themes. In the episode Baby Race, we witness Bluey's first moments and her first steps, and after that, little Bluey just grew and developed. And at some point, when the blue pup was only 2 years old, Bingo came into the world. We haven't seen any episodes of the series showing the littlest Healer yet, but we see some framed photos on the family's wall showing her as a baby, already with Floppy. So we know that the two sisters grew up together and are very close. That's why it's hard to imagine the day they'll need to part ways to pursue their own paths and careers. But that's what will happen, as made clear in the episode Sunrise, the 50th episode of the 3rd season. Many people might not have noticed, but in it, we can see both Bluey and Bingo in the next stages of their lives.
Hi, Mum.
Bluey! What a lovely surprise!
As everyone saw, Bluey appears as an adult at the end of the episode at her parents' door. And shortly after, we see a little puppy, almost certainly the child of the protagonist with Mackenzie or maybe Jean-Luc, ringing the doorbell to start chasing his own grandpa.
No one. That's weird. Oh, no.
Chili informs Bluey that Bingo is at the back of the house, which probably means she still lives with her parents since she's not married yet. And this is somewhat explained during the surprise episode, as we'll show in a moment. But that doesn't mean Bingo hasn't studied, as we know she and Leela graduated, as shown in the episode depicting how their friendship began. And it seems she pursued a career similar to her father's. From the digital photo frame next to the house's door, we notice one of the images is exactly of Bingo, much like the graduation photo. And we see her visiting Easter Island, where there are gigantic stone monuments built by some unknown civilization. So we can deduce she might be there for work on an archaeological dig. This suits Bingo well, as she's always had a more adventurous spirit than Bluey and enjoyed discovering how life and insects worked especially. This may have led the youngest Healer down the path of science and study, indicating she works traveling a lot, just like her father, while Bluey opted for a quieter life in her town, where she married and had Chili and Bandit's first grandchild. I'm not certain, but I'm almost certain Bluey either works writing children's books or as a teacher, much like Calypso, which suits her well. And as the futures of Bluey and Bingo will always be intertwined, as they are daughters of the same parents, let's put #sisters in the comments, because it's really cool to see how the two protagonists of the series get along so well.
Take care of Gloria and Lampy. Yes, I will. And
All right, come on.
Bingo, Mommy? Regarding Bingo, we can say she also wants to have her own babies, as it's clear in the surprise episode. We see the youngest Healer playing Mommy, and she wants not one but several children. She even names her imaginary children, indicating she's already thought about the names she'll give her pups when she has them. The funniest part is that the names are quite creative, like Copernicus, the eldest, followed by Draconicus, and Dellarina. Not to mention Fernucken, Bingo's imaginary fourth child. And we can see that Bingo really has a strong desire to be a mom, as during her play, we see her cleaning bottles and even cradling Fernucken, which many people didn't notice, but represents children born with some form of disability. And Bingo's desire strongly resembles that of another member of the Healer family, Brandy. When the girl's aunt visited them after 4 years without seeing her sister, Chili comments that Bingo looks a lot like Brandy. At first, it might seem like Bluey's mom was only talking about the physical resemblance between her daughter and her sister, which they really do share. But after watching the surprise episode, it's clear this might go beyond just looks. There's a good chance Bingo inherited from Brandy the strong desire to be a mom, as seen in her play, but the youngest Healer might also have the same condition as her aunt and struggle to have babies. This is evident in the Onesies episode when Chili mentions that Brandy had a big dream but couldn't fulfill it. But, as seen in the Sign episode, Brandy somehow, in a way yet to be explained, got pregnant and is expecting her first baby. Probably through some form of treatment, this became possible, and now we'll have more puppies! The future of Bluey's show holds a bunch of new puppies, extending beyond the protagonist's offspring. That's because Bluey herself might have more puppies, just like Bingo might also get pregnant, although she might face some difficulty with it. But apart from the two main pups in the series, we already know that Brandy is going to give the girls a new cousin. Additionally, in a snippet from Uncle Radley's wedding episode, we see Chili and Frisky talking when Bluey arrives. We're not exactly sure what the friends were discussing, but we know Bluey's mom was both surprised and happy at the same time. And what news usually leaves people feeling like that? That's right, confirmation of pregnancy. So, the girls will definitely have more cousins than we imagined. Besides, there are some couples in Bluey's class who are surely going to tie the knot and start their own families. One of them is definitely Rusty and Indy, who gets along so well playing family, indicating they might get married and have little pups too. Another couple fans are rooting for is Coco and Sausage together, which would certainly be interesting to see, maybe even a long pink-colored dog. Not to mention potential puppies that Cornelius and the Terrier's mom might have, now that it's finally confirmed they're a couple, evidenced by Winton's dad's house being sold, and now they live together. This suggests they might have puppies who will be the same generation as Frisky and Radley's child, and also Brandy's puppies. But Bluey's future won't be all good news. Adult moments. If you watched the Sign episode, you might have noticed that one of the things that stood out was Trixie and Stripe arguing several times. And it seems that's not just in the episode, but also at other times in the couple's residence. This becomes clear when we see Socks playing with the wedding cake figurines and she mimics an argument, which implies the child was reenacting something she saw quite often. If we rewind a bit in the Face Talk episode, for a brief moment we see a small demonstration of them arguing in the bathroom after Muffin rushes in. So it really seems to happen quite a bit, so we can't deduce Trixie and Stripe are going through a bit of a rough patch in their relationship. Remember, they're not married yet, as Trixie is one of the guests trying to catch Frisky's bouquet, and only single women stay there, which is exactly the case for the girls there too. Maybe that's why Trixie fought with Stripe, since he ended up catching the bouquet. But we need to talk about good news too. But before we talk about the best news involving the end of Bluey, subscribe to the channel. That way, it'll be harder for you to miss our next videos. Next generation. The cool thing about Bluey's show is that even if her generation grows up and becomes adults and each goes their professional way, we can expect a new generation to take over the roles of the puppies we all love. That's because, as we mentioned, Bluey herself will have her puppy, whose name we don't know yet, but who will definitely play a very important role in the next flashback showing the healer's future. But he could also be one of the protagonists of the series' future after Bluey reaches the end of her childhood, grows up, and becomes a mommy. Besides them, we can predict that Bluey's friends like Chloe and Honey will also become moms and have their own puppies. And if it's confirmed that Bluey will indeed be a teacher, we can say she'll be the educator of her friends' children, which would certainly be very cool because it would keep Bluey in the series as a very important character, passing on the experiences she learned in childhood to the next generation of pups. As we mentioned, Indy and Rusty will probably also have their puppies, who will definitely be part of this new generation of Bluey's show. We also have to remember that characters like Muffin and Socks will have grown up, and they might also be dating or getting married, creating more possibilities for new little characters to appear in the show. We'll get to know their partners and find out what happened in their lives and what careers and colleges each of them followed, just like Bluey and Bingo. It would be amazing to know the path each of the characters will take after a certain age, like Rusty, who will be a professional cricket player. But we'll find out all of this soon when the next seasons of Bluey are released. And if you enjoy cartoon and animated movie videos, check out one of these two videos that are popping up on your screen right now. They're both very good videos that we've picked out for you. Thanks, and until next time.